Ay. Alright. Let's see. This drawing has been waiting ever since December last year. And never finished it. Sad days. So we will be streaming this on Twitch here. Which also gives me the opportunity to work on this drawing. But I feel like once I get started with a drawing, I can continue, but it's just the starting is hard lately. Oh well, everything at its time. Hey, Huntress Arui. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I do know you. Welcome. Hope you're having a great day so far. Yes, Zhao artwork. Still waiting since December last year. It's so weird to work on art again during stream. I say it every time I start streaming art. But it is. It is. And I actually should do it more because I feel like people are forgetting I still work on art. Since I'm not really posting much because I'm not even finishing something. Doing good? That's good. Was playing a big Honkai Star Rail and got a good Jingon body piece. Ooh. Nice. I got his weapon. I'm very happy with that. Still having... I've been upgrading it only with the materials that I got. Kind of still very handy if you put the game on autoplay. And then meanwhile I can do my room or so. Clean ups and stuff. And I finally got rid of the driver lessons classes that I was... What's the word? Obligated? Like a must. After 2 fails I have to do it again. So I just hope I'm gonna get my driver license soon. I was stunned when I got to on the first temple I did. Yes. That's amazing. That's amazing. Reminds me when pulling in Genshin Impact that I mostly got a 5-star character after 20 pulls or so. Do you already know who you want to pull in 2.1? I don't know when the update comes, and I haven't checked actually which character is gonna come. Wait, now I'm thinking Honkai Star Rail or Genshin Impact. Wait, Genshin Impact is already at higher than 2 at least. Most likely end of March. I'll keep an eye out. I feel like I haven't been drawing for ages. the much I draw lately. Way too less. And I should be drawing more, to be fair. But the motivation. I even didn't want to start this drawing, or like continue drawing this. Because I knew like I'm not gonna gain anything out of it. That's what I was thinking in the back of my mind compared to my emotes. Then I'm like, oh, I better work on my emotes. Because then I can earn some money with my emotes. But I found that a not so amazing mindset. What is this? Oh. Pentosai was a bit glitching. Adventuring or the next 5-star to come. I don't know how you say it. Acheron? 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 Well, at least of what I'm reading now, I would say I will go for adventuring. That is my first pick for now, unless I know who the other one was. Unless it's that girl, because she was also interesting. In the trial, I used her today, so found her interesting. Think of Raiden Shogun. Ah, yeah. Ah, that the female, the big female. Right. Yeah, I wouldn't really pull for her. I think it's gonna be attention then. Ah, yeah, Sparkle. Yeah, all these names like Honkai Star Rail, I still haven't invested all too much into it. I am playing lately more, like on a daily basis. Maybe that's why I'm not drawing so much. Been only playing games. Now the motivation isn't there, man. That's the main case. He's gonna be a crazy sustainer plus DPS. Ooh. Interesting. Hi, Nordic Horse King. Welcome. Haven't seen you in a while. How have you been doing? I've already performed all his relics. Ooh, that's good. So I'm prepared. Mentally prepared for everything. Hee. I'm waiting for Genshin Impact update for the storyline because it's getting boring. I even played some bosses today in Genshin, but that's about it. I'm getting him. E1, S1? I don't understand what that is. I don't know that gamer language. Doing alright, how are you? I'm glad to hear you're doing alright. I've been doing okay, working hard on my driver license still. Finally managed to get my glasses again. I had to, since I failed 2 times, you are what's the word again? Obligated? It's a must to do 6-hour lessons of driving car. So yesterday I had my last class. I'm like, yay. I hope I won't see the dude again now. Every time I would fail 2 times, I have to do the classes 6 hours again. Over and over again. Every time I fail. For 2 times. Eidolon are the star rail constellations. Okay. Basically C1R1 of Genshin. Nice. I haven't played Genshin or Star Rail in a long time. I had that with Honkai Star Rail, and now I've been just digging into Star Rail a bit more. Art! Hi! Hi, Neo Kazgami. I hope I pronounced it correctly. Welcome. I hope you like my new PNG tuber I designed. I still feel more comfortable with a PNG tuber with an image like that compared to a VTuber model. I do have one, but Then you have to prepare your whole webcam and all that stuff. It's very cute, thank you. With my crow. Well, actually it's a raven. I'm trying to let it look like a raven. Because in my previous drawing it looked more like a crow, so I don't judge you. I don't judge anyone who thought it was a crow in my previous drawing of her. And I still need to finish my character sheets of my original story that I'm still working on very, very slowly. But then stuff came in life. You know, life. I really need to work more on art, man. Now I feel it. Zhao is gonna grow a beard if I don't finish this. He's waiting since December. The poor guy. He's been waiting for so long. Today, my brother and I are gonna watch an old movie later today. So after my stream, actually. I don't know if you guys know it. It's an old movie. Probably 90s movie or so. Or early 2000s. No, I don't know. Small Soldiers. Good old days. I recommended it. I suggested it, like, I want to watch that movie again. It's so long since I've seen it, you know. A little bit nostalgic movies. I'm back in my day. I'm feeling old, man. Actually, go back to VTubing. That's nice, and have Honkai Star Rail LC made into one. Yes, that would be perfect. I agree, 100%. Oh, so he reference sheet of Biden you made for me is in full use already. Hell yeah, that's amazing. I found it very cool actually, since I designed your character. Like, actually, we both designed them together. Let's say like that. But I drew your fantasy on paper. I find it actually really cool to see that other artists are drawing him now in their styles. I'm just like, wow, my creation and your creation. Like, actually 100% your creation, obviously. Like, it's been drawn into someone else's artwork, you know, like, kinda cool. So exciting. I won my 50-50 on his banner. Very happy about it. Nice. I still want the the weapon for Jeopard. Jeopard. Don't know how to say it in English. Jeopard. One of my favorites from Honkai Star Rail. Still need that big, good, juicy weapon of his. Someday it will just show up for me during my pulls. Just one day. I believe. Then I lost once on the weapon banner to Yaya's weapon, but I got the first back-to-back. Hell yeah! I want that guy, the ice fisting guy. That sounds weird. A rock from Genshin Impact. I forgot the name. I can't remember the name. I'm so bad at names, man. It's just typical me. Even in real life, I'm better at faces than memorizing names. I don't know why that is. Yeah, him. Rio Ashley. However his name is. I first was like, the character is okay. And then you start to get to know the character. Like, always give the character a chance to get to know it. And then we'll see. And then I saw his fighting style. I'm like, I want this boy. I want this man. A real man. But I can immediately guess, like, whenever I pull a new character, it's gonna just sit there for my collection. Because I only play Child, you know. He has a complicated name, so I just go with that nickname. I actually need to look his name again. Look up his name. Wait, Genshin Impact. If it should be pronounced French, Rio Thesly? Rio Thesly? Of Raya Thesly? I don't know actually. Is it based on something French? Because all the Fontaine characters are pretty much like French based. Like Nuviette. I don't know how English people actually say it. Yeah, I do agree. Seems more like a British name. But Nuviette is at least... I already pronounced it like a Français, you know? But I'm not a big fan of the soundtracks. Or just... When it comes to Fontaine, I'm just not a big fan of Fontaine. I just hope the next chapter will be better. I'm sorry. I really enjoyed Sumeru. That one I really enjoyed. I really liked the story. The idea behind it and all that stuff. Also because you can see more of the villain side as well. Because I'm more interested in that shit. Oh yeah, Dottore. I don't know how you say it, man. English people say it like this, other language people say it like other language people. Natlan probably will be also interesting. Is that like the next part or whatever from Genshin? Is that Pyro? It should be Pyro. I assume the ice thing will be his last. Cryo. Oh yeah, Shnasnaya, I can't wait either. I hope they put the ice fishing in it, as Child mentioned. That would be fun, actually. To see that come to life. Not Lannis Pyro, yes, okay. Okay. I hope it's a good one. Like, there should be more story. I want more the dark side of the story, you know? Like, I'm very interested in that. I found that really, really interesting. Like with a Deinsleif. Das eine Deinsleif, Achtung. Sorry. Charles invited us, so he should show it to us. Yes, there should be like a separate story for that to be where he invites us. Hello, traveler, as promised. Let's go ice fishing. Why is my stuff glitching here, man? Stop glitching. Oh no. Okay, it's back. Dane is confirmed to be also pullable, by the way. Oh, really? Yes. He got the... In Japanese, he got the same voice actor as Seto Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh! I hear that immediately when I heard him for the first time. Like, I was like, oh no, he got that voice. But yeah, he has a really good voice. The one... the voice actor. Don't know when, which element. Yeah, actually. I think maybe if there's like a reveal of a separate element, then maybe it might be something different, you know? I hear my cat. My cat is at my door. Yeah, I only play it in Japanese, actually. Sorry, my cat. And the character Goro from Inazuma, the dog one, he has the same voice actor as the main character from Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal. I was like, that voice, it rings a bell. And then I looked it up, I was like, oh, okay. It was him. It was him all along. Who knows, maybe it's even a Honker Store elements. Yeah, who knows? I was about to say, I was imagining it might be the imaginary thing. At least for the traveler or so, you know. Skirt Child's Master looked like to use Quantum. Yes, I agree. That master really looks like it sort of didn't belong there. As if it comes from Honkai Impact or so. I never played that game, but I've seen stuff. Well, I did try it, I think. Yeah, I did try it. Who knows? Must be interesting to have another element as well, but... Where's my cat? Kitty! Ja, wat had je liggen? Huh? Weet je nu wat ik wilt? He doesn't know. Same voice as Yuma, yes. It is. Like, even when I recently rewatched... Hey! Okay. Well, look. Why is my cat here? He wants attention. Even when I was rewatching Attack on Titan recently, even there the voice came... Both voice actors appeared in Attack on Titan. Ugh. Cat! Can't even work here properly. Hi. 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 Be right back. My cat never knows what it wants. He comes into my room and then he's like walking around and then he wants to go outside my room again. And then suddenly out of nowhere he wants to go downstairs. I'm just like, cat, what do you want? Decide. Interrupting our conversation. How dare he? My cat. Your cats are the same. Yeah, I think all cats are kind of like the same on that part. Oh, but I love cats. But he teases me. He's like meowing in the corridor and I'm just sitting here in my room. And then I go outside my room and then he hears that and then he runs into my parents' room. I'm just like, why? And then he just wants to play. I'm like, no, I don't have time for that. I want to do other stuff. Gaming. No. And it's mostly the case whenever I want to start watching something, I start watching it, and then suddenly he starts meowing in the corridor. I'm just like, sit still, please. Hello, Luke Talks VTuber, I still... Welcome! How are you doing? Zoro is the same. Aw, it's so cute that your cat is named Zoro. And Susie likes to just lay on my bed. Aw, it's so cute. Yeah, my female cat, well, we only have one female cat now at home. She's like a black and white one. And she's only like begging for food. I don't know what's up. And still she's not fat or anything, like not overweight, nothing. And still she wants food. I'm like, why? Where is all that going? Cat, why you eat so much? Look at design and trying to take a decision as to who to draw. Aww. I feel that. In the past I had so many sketches. I was like, which drawing should I work on first? Even had to make my followers on DeviantArt back then help me decide which one I should pick first. Ah, Zoro is purely black. That's why you got his name. Oh, that's so cute. I love cats. Cats are the best. Whenever I'm living on my own, one day, my mom thinks about next year. Let's hope it will. Because it's about time. Getting old. Then I'm gonna adopt to adopt just the black cats or an old cat that barely gets adopted, you know, because you also have those kind of situations where people don't want to adopt those for some odd reason. I'm like, they don't need to start with kittens. If an older cat needs a home too, and they never get adopted, then sure, I'll pick it. I know kittens are cute, I know, but still. They all stay kittens in the end. That's the big thing. Norwegian forest cats. Is that like a special race or something? Norwegian forest cat. Sorry, I have to look it up. Ooh, oh, those kind. Oh, They look like a snow cat. Are you gonna sit on a sleigh and they have to run? Oh no, they will lie down on the sleigh and you have to run. You have to pull them in the snow. That's how it goes for them. Not the other way around. What are you saying? Snow cats. Hell yeah. Ah. I'm so praying. I'm not even like believing in God or whatever, but I'm so praying that I will pass on my driver exams. I talk too much about it, but I just want to pass. I want to get rid of that part in my life so I can continue the rest for my life. Yeah, it's one of the bigger breeds. Yeah, I saw in the photos on Google. Pretty cool. Once I get my driver license, I can look up for a part-time job, and maybe I can combine it with apprenticeship at tattoo artist thing, you know, because I still want to go that way as well and see how that goes for me. And I'm still planning on giving myself another tattoo on the bottom of my leg. The inside, because I cannot tattoo on the outside, because that's a bit too hard for me. Because I can't get to that spot. Can't tattoo properly then. I'll break my leg or so. I'm turning. But I plan on placing Yami Mare there. As a try. As a try, you know, I'm just gonna use my own skin, you know, just practice. They normally cost around 800 euros. Oh, damn. But he and his sister were in between kittens, so no lineage for them, and we got them for less. Ooh, that's good. That's very nice. Very, very nice. I've also been thinking about going to conventions again for selling my art. I feel like my bad heartbreak last year did a lot to me. Figuring out my life, what I really want, how I can work on it, and how much I changed, actually. In a good way, you know. Currently, I have to be patient. Because I need driver license. Me, 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 me. Oh, it's 6 PM. Time for that stupid fake hormone stuff. I was thinking again to quit the pills, but there's always like a good and bad side on it. I quitted it 2 years ago for 5 months, but then I got a boyfriend again, so. Then I started the pill again, like birth control pill. And now I'm sitting here like, I've been taking it ever since I was 17 and I'm 30 now. Decisions. Actually, I should just let go my real hormones. I think that must be the best for my body. Maybe I'll lose some weight. But if I keep using it, then I can control it. That's the bright side.
Being female is so hard.
Ew. I'm full. We ate croque monsieur. If you don't know what that is, it's actually like heated up bread. Or like, I don't know how you call it actually. Sort of like grilled bread. Let's say like that. With ham. Do you say it ham in English as well? Like, you know, the pork, meat, ham, and cheese.
It's very delicious.
So I'm very full of them. But I also bought like a whole bag of candy. I was in the store to go together with my mom. And I pointed out to a specific candy that I like to eat. And I was like, wait, this is for this so many grams. And it costs this much. But if I pick out my own sort of candy and put it in a bag and then count the weight, it comes off cheaper. I'm like, why? The ones in the bag is more expensive than the ones if you do it like DIY, I say. A custom made candy bag. That was much cheaper. I'm like, okay, then we'll do that. Just filled up with only that candy that I want. Easy money. No, easy spending. Now everything is easy spending, I think. Why is this glitching? Ah, not anymore. I'm still planning to just make like a sort of schedule for my art. But I'm always scared for burnout now. I still feel like burnout. It's especially like the motivation to find. Or feeling the purpose to make an artwork. Like even for this one, I had struggles. Like I want to finish this one, but I can't get myself to work. And then I think, oh, it's better to work on emotes because that's more worth it, literally. To say it like that, because I can earn some with my emotes because people buy my emotes on my Etsy shop. So it feels more worth it to spend time on that compared to like my big illustration here. But I shouldn't be thinking like that. Just like draw it for fun, draw it because you like it and not just because you have to or so. draw it because you want to. Want to share it to the world. If I finish this, then I'll tell everyone in the world, look what I drew. And then nobody notices it. That's not true. At least few of my followers will like it, so. I do know, like, whenever I post on my TikTok, whenever I post, like, an illustration like this, when finished, then they're always so surprised. Like, holy shit, you know? And then it feels like, yeah, they are very impressed by this, but I don't make it as much as I actually want to make it. And now I actually finally have a faster way of finishing my work. Because I really have to, how you say it? Not learn, but the opposite. De-learn. Be a bit more strict about being too perfectionist about a drawing. Like I'm doing now, like I can't get this fucking straight the way I want it. A little bit to go with the flow you draw, not all too strict. With this has to be perfect line. Because I was drawing a lot of very strict line art. So they really took like hours to do. Hello, Lars Terrell. Welcome. How are you doing? Nice drawing, thank you. Glad you like it so far. We're gonna try and finish this one day. One day. One step at a time. Still need to look around what conventions I actually want to go to sell my works. But I need to stick it currently with Belgian conventions, since I live in Belgium. But apparently the prices are skyrocketed. Nope, not finished yet. I need to do the shading and some light and some effect, and then it will be finished. So now it's just like all the base stuff is done, let's say. But we're getting there. I can keep it black and white if I want to, but not gonna do that. Unless it was a manga texture illustration. It's already looking good, thank you. Happy to hear that. Shadows and highlights are overrated. You think? It depends how you shade, I assume. But I do mostly, like, my technique is like cell shading, like the anime, I'd say. Too much work? It depends. It can be a lot of work. It also depends what technique you use and all that stuff. But for me, this is the most comfortable and easiest way for me to draw, and I like it the most, so... I'm lazy, so I don't like shading. Then you can always find another way. Yeah. A technique, you know, like a specific way of doing, like, the art. Like, you have painting, you have cell shading, you have maybe... What do you have inside of that? Texturing? Like, everyone has their own way of coloring, you know? And I do, for example, the cell shading. Which is like hard shading, I assume, to kind of translate it. sometimes I do a kind of shadowing. Oh, that's good. That's good. Ugh. Ugh. So full. I draw around the edge of the line. Huh? I draw around the edge of the line with colder color. I'm thinking what you mean. Drawing around the edge. Like a sort of like outline. Edge of the line. No worries. I'm just trying to figure out how you're writing. If English isn't your native language, then that's totally fine, because it isn't for me either. Not my native language as well. Yes, no problem, no problem. The edge of the line art. Okay. Actually kind of still wondering how that would look like, but I think I know. I want to make a Attack on Titan drawing too. Very soon. Whenever I finish this one. Then maybe I can make an Attack on Titan one. Because I really love Attack on Titan. One of my most favorite anime out there. Good, yes. Like a little bit of everything, you know. And maybe I can also make like some sticker designs or button designs of Attack on Titan as well. But I don't have money for sticker paper at the moment. Because I need to save my money for my car. RIP. Okay. I'm gonna do the darker shading. Figure out my color. A little bit more bluish. There you go. The music reminded me a little bit of like old Sims game. And don't ask me. It just reminded me of it. I hear seagulls outside. Sometimes there's like seagulls here. Did you think to draw a comic? Well, I actually did. That gave me a burnout. Interesting, huh? That's a very interesting story. I used to draw manga pages, but I'm currently actually in the make of a webtoons comic, to say it like that. Maybe if I make it a webtoons comic, at least I can place it on webtoons, and second of all, I can turn it into a manga book. Because that might be easier to convert it into a manga book. But yeah, I did work on a manga. I can show you some pages through here stream, since everything is on my computer anyway. Let me see. Oh, that's a newer version. Always making remakes and all that stuff. Okay, here's one page I find of one of my. Oh, it was also one of my original mangas, which was Egyptian based, very inspired by Yu-Gi-Oh! But I haven't been doing the stuff for Yu-Gi-Oh! Anymore, and I just wanted to go my own way, even though this is an original one, but still the hairstyle was looking a bit too much Yu-Gi-Oh! In my opinion. So I wanted to change that, but now I am working. I don't have any pages yet, but I do have designs of him. If I can find them back, though. It will be a webtoons named Black. B.Black. I like Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, me too, but it's just, yeah. The experiences that I got and a bit outgrown a little bit, but I still love it. So here's my main character, Darius. My scroll isn't working from my mouse. Half human, half demonic. Demonicus, I call it. Like I have my own kind of word. I look it up and then like, okay, Demonicus, okay, that sounds cool. Can use something like that. He looks kind of like vampire-ish. But he's not a vampire. But he looks like a vampire. Okay. But I have a whole story for that. And it's about this character. That I'm gonna make a vampire hunter. Very much inspired by that, yes. Bloodlust Last Vampire, I think it was called. I need to watch that anime movie again. It's so good. I love it. Like a 80s style. Yeah, it's about that guy, Darius, that I designed. I already had the story for my villain, because that's also important. But that's also the thing, like writing. Like I'm not even sure if I'm good at writing. Like I wrote my fan-made Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga. And then I wrote my original manga. But then again, you're still like, is this good enough? Or like, I don't know how interesting this is. I remember I had like a comment on my original manga that I made a webtoons comic of, and someone commented on that on the webtoons itself, and he mentioned like, it's so sad that it's not continuing. I'm just so sad that I couldn't, because I was just burned out, man. It's a lot of work. Someone said if a story gets a 4 out of 10 is good. Nice. That's a bit more motivating. I think I needed that. Thank you. That's no sarcasm, by the way. You know, for my story, it's just like, oh, it was a publisher, by the way. Ooh, nice. Okay, that's even more motivating. The good thing that I do now, when it comes to writing, is writing it in my own native language. Because I've been writing it in English, and I think because of that, I lack a lot of how say it, like communication between my characters or how things are said. I think that's a bit too much. Gonna chill down just a bit. The shading. Okay, maybe here then. Like so. 4 out of 10 is like 400 from 1,000 will read it. Ooh, if you say it like that, I like that. Well, I've still been working on it. I can continue working on it right now, but oh well, there's so many things I need to work on. I feel like I have my next Pokemon emotes that I sketched recently, which is Bulbasaur from Pokemon, which I sell on my Etsy store if you're interested in emotes. I sell them. And I have this drawing to be finished. I have character sheets that I need to continue, like the one you saw earlier. And now I have a webtoons comic that I plan to work on, but I still need to continue writing. But I kind of want to write a chapter, and then I want to draw it, and then write another chapter again, and then draw it again, chapter again. You know, but a little bit in between of writing and drawing. Because otherwise I feel like it's just too much. Especially if I don't have like any ideas. Maybe in the meanwhile I can come up with some new ideas for my story. Use an AI to give you more idea for lines in your comic. I use inspiration from anime or so. I think about those lines, like plot twists and all that, and see how that goes. I don't use AI, especially not in art, because it's just heartbreaking. But I'm not here to talk about AI. I like tell him, pretend you are my characters in this situation. Yeah, of course, like that, you can use it, yeah. If I'd be really stuck, I might use it like that. But maybe I'm just stubborn on this part, because I just wanted, like, I want it to be 100% my idea. Even if it's based off of something else, but it should be designed by me or so, you know. Made up by me, myself. Maybe that's a little bit of my ego. But that's okay. Everyone has an ego. There's nothing wrong with that. I saw someone use this for his comic. Huh. Well, good for the person. That's a bright side of using AI. Like, if you're stuck with something or you want to look up some stuff, then sure, you can do that. Nothing against that. Mm-hmm. I feel like this is the same song as earlier. Is this like a repeating playlist? As long as I don't fall asleep with this song. And we fell into concentration. I also have that when I'm drawing like on my own, just offline. I have some music on. First I'm like singing along with the music and then suddenly I get like so into my drawing that I'm not like dancing and singing along anymore. Because I'm so concentrated. I was so gone into Zhao's eyes. Oh my god. Just the oh, it's on top. That's why. Let's save this. Always make a habit about saving your artwork. Damn, this music. I'm falling asleep. It's too chill. Normally I listen to a podcast or so, or watch YouTube in the meanwhile while I'm drawing. Lately. Otherwise I'm listening to soundtracks or so. Because I still cannot listen to... Well, it really depends on what song it is, but I cannot really listen to songs with lyrics. It gives me like a specific mood, you know? And that's not so great if you're drawing something, in my opinion. But that's just me, though. I just need to find some new music, I guess. Maybe that'll help me a bit more. Forgot his tattoo on his arm. I still need to do that, but I can do that in the end or so. Why is it glitching, man? close enough. You see a dot, a hole. Okay. Guess we'll skip that part. If you don't know, then just leave it. Or look it up. Well, we got skin colored and hair colored.
So we got at least something.
How long have I been streaming for? I'm already tired. Where does it say it in my Streamlabs here? Doesn't it say it in my Streamlabs? Oh well. Oh, 1.5 hours. Well, I am going to stop streaming. I do hope you enjoyed a little bit of art stream. Let me know if you want more art streams maybe in the future. Because I think it might help, but to get some stuff finished, you know, but I still prefer to draw offline. I'm not a big streamer in general, but I do say I do had a lot of fun, especially in the beginning, and then later it was a bit more of concentrating. But that's okay. That's art, you know, like that's why I mostly draw offline when it comes to art. I just focus on my work and stuff. But I hope you at least had some chill time with me, and hopefully I'll see you on the next art stream or game stream maybe even. So we'll see. Okay. I wish you a great rest of your day, or evening, or morning, wherever you live in the world, and hopefully I'll see you in the next stream. So take care and bye bye.